Go ahead.
Is she in denial, or has she been living in a bubble? We had a referendum, and we've just had a general election that reinforces the referendum result. Whatever she may say from that dispatch box, that ship has sailed, as one of her colleagues said.
I understand that we are leaving on the 31st of January. I understand the result of the last general election. I am addressing this clause in this bill and our amendment to it, which is entirely proper, entirely in keeping with the rules of Parliament and the standing orders, and actually is what sovereignty is supposed to be about. Is not parliamentary sovereignty supposed to be about elected honourable and right honourable members holding the executive to account? Is it not supposed to be about that? Happily give way.
Point. I mean, I think a lot of these folk on the other side of the House are going to be terribly disappointed when this all comes to an end, because their hobby horse of the past 40 years is going to disappear. But isn't it the fact that the real loss of sovereignty, the real power grab, is the amount of money, the amount of power that's being handed to mandarins in Whitehall and the cabinet ministers here to pass executive decisions without scrutiny in this House of Commons?
Indeed, I do find it most puzzling that those members opposite who've argued for a so-called return to parliamentary sovereignty in this country are quite happy to nod through a bill which wipes away parliamentary scrutiny of the process of negotiating the future relationship. It's quite extraordinary. I will remind honourable gentlemen opposite that it was under a Tory-led coalition government that the European Union Act 2011, Section 18, clarified that limits on sovereignty are at Parliament's own behest and can, if explicitly provided, be revoked. I mean, the honourable gentlemen opposite were presumably here at that time. I was not, but I have read the text and I know what it says. In the government's own white paper in 2017, they said that Parliament has remained sovereign throughout our membership of the EU, and I watch with interest to see if a government minister is going to go back on what the government said in its own white paper.